Hi there, it's Ibrahim here. So the topic that we have chosen to discuss will be Six Sigma. And throughout this presentation, what we will be discussing is the different factors that link to Six Sigma. What we'll also be doing is just talking about general information about what Six Sigma is and its effects on operations and quality management. After I have discussed this, the rest of my peers will then discuss further information about the topic and obviously why the topic is important within an organization, what are the implementation challenges, and also how these challenges can be overcome. So, for example, by implementing Six Sigma, what an organization will do is they will start to basically analyze the root causes using statistical tools. After they've identified the key factors affecting what's gone wrong in the organization, it will allow them to understand where they can improve, and also it's just a good way for an organization to understand where they've gone wrong and where they can do better. So what we are discussing is what is Six Sigma and what does it allow an organization to do. So basically Six Sigma is a methodology, so it includes a framework which is basically define, measure, analyze, improve and control. So it's something that companies use to basically allow their company to have a better systematic approach, and is very linked to operations and quality management. So it allows the company or organization to find the root cause of their issues, and also allows them to establish improvements for the organization. So Six Sigma, so according to Bubevsky, Six Sigma refers to having 6 standard deviation between the mean of the actual performance of the process and the expected limits of the process. So here is some general information about what Six Sigma is. So according to Mikkel Harry and Richard Schroeder, one of the original architects of Six Sigma formed a team of engineers to experiment with problem solving through status analysis, and subsequently formed a method to apply Six Sigma throughout Motorola. So here's some fun facts about what Six Sigma is. So by using Six Sigma, it allows organizations to be able to increase efficiency and also improve customer satisfaction. Six Sigma is widely used in organizations such as manufacturing, healthcare, and even finance organization. This method was first used by Motorola in the 1980s and was developed by an engineer of the name Bill Smith. It's now widely used around the world by many organizations.
Hello, I'm Zhao Hongyang. I'm introduced why Six Sigma is important in the organization.
Six Sigma was first proposed by Bill Smith, who was the engineer at Motorola. The primary goal of Six Sigma is to help the companies improve the manufacturing process and reduce the defects of the production. The core principles of Six Sigma are the decision-making process based on the data and the improve of the process, which preach benefits of data collection and analysis for the purpose of understanding the characteristics of the process. Meanwhile, this improvement of the process should be based data analysis. Specifically, Six Sigma take advantage of the DMC framework to analyze these processes and make suggestions for improvement. The DMC framework mainly consists of the stages, which are a defined stage, measure stage, analyze stage, improve stage, and control stage. This framework can be implemented in analysis of the various processes, such as the manufacturing process, the service process, and the working process. In contemporary society, Six Sigma is key to the management with an organization. On the one hand, Six Sigma is able to help organization reduce the defects and mistake in the process and improve the quality of the end products and services. Meanwhile, the cost will be reduced and the productivity will be high, and customers will be more satisfied. On the other hand, the data analysis of the Six Sigmas offers the organization a quantitative way to understand this process, which makes decision-making process more reliable and precise. Scientists wait for the companies to make improvements. Moreover, Six Sigma helps organizations define the roles of each members in the process, which makes sure that everyone understands their own points and responsibilities, which makes the operation and management of the organization more successful.
This is my reference. Next, welcome my partner.
Hi, so my part of the group project, I will be talking about the implementation challenges of Six Sigma. And essentially, implementing Six Sigma can bring about significant improvements in process efficiency and quality. But like any complex methodology, it also comes with sets of challenges, and some common challenges associated with the implementation of Six Sigma include the resistance to change, lack of leadership commitment, inadequate training, overemphasis on tools, lack of data availability, overemphasis on certification, inadequate communication, and failure to sustain improvement. Throughout my presentation, I'll be discussing into deeper detail about all of these issues. The first topic I will be talking about is resistance to change, and employees may resist changes to establish communication, training, and leadership support to ensure everyone understands the benefits of Six Sigma. Secondly, with lack of leadership commitment, successful Six Sigma implementation requires strong leadership support and commitment, and if leaders are not fully engaged or do not prioritize Six Sigma initiatives, the chances of success diminish. Thirdly, with inadequate training, Six Sigma requires a consistent and disciplined approach. If the methodology is applied inconsistently across different departments or projects, it can lead to confusion and suboptimal results. Fourthly, the overemphasis on tools. Some organizations may focus too heavily on the statistical tools and methodologies of Six Sigma without addressing the cultural and organizational aspects. It's essential to balance the technical aspects with cultural and behavioral changes. Lack of data availability. Six Sigma relies on accurate and relevant data for analysis. In cases where data is not readily available or of poor quality, it can impede the effective application of the Six Sigma tools and hinder decision making. And next I'll talk about overemphasis on certification. And while certification for green belts and master black belts are valuable, organizations should not focus solely on certification without ensuring that individuals can practically apply Six Sigma principles to drive improvement. And then there is inadequate communication. Clear and effective communication is vital for successful implementation. Lack of communication about the goals, progress, and benefits of Six Sigma can lead to misunderstanding and resistance. Finally, the final topic of the implementation challenges is the failure to sustain improvement. Once improvements are implemented, there must be mechanisms in place to sustain those changes over the long term. Without ongoing monitoring and control, the organization may revert to previous practices. Addressing these challenges requires a holistic approach that includes leadership commitment, comprehensive training, effective communication, and a focus on both technical and cultural aspects of Six Sigma implementation. Organizations that successfully navigate these challenges can realize significant benefits in terms of improved quality, efficiency, and customer satisfaction.
Hello, my name is James Hassel, and I will be talking about how the challenges can be overcome in Six Sigma. Challenges I have decided to talk about are resistance to change, inadequate training, difficulty in data collection and analysis, and heavily relying on leadership. These 4 challenges all provide a difficulty when trying to implement the concept of Six Sigma. Resistance to change is one of the most common challenges when it comes to Six Sigma, as the resistance to change is a difficult change sometimes for employees. This is due to the fact that they are comfortable with where they are and they don't see the reasoning to learn something new and to step out of their comfort zone. Inadequate training is also another challenge when implementing Six Sigma. Inadequate training can lead to employees to feel frustration and failure, which would not be good for the workplace, as morale would drop, leading to even more failure. Training is one of the most important parts when implementing Six Sigma, as if it's not done correct, the concept will always fail, which is why it needs to be done right. Difficulty in data collection and analysis. This is difficult for companies, as it is hard a task and businesses will struggle with it. It is essential for the Six Sigma concept to work. This concept also relies on leadership. Without leadership, the initiatives can struggle to gain traction and therefore wouldn't be a success, which shows how it relies heavily on leadership. The Six Sigma concept is based on the idea that all business processes can be optimized and measured. This concept has evolved into a general business concept now. Strategies for overcoming challenges in Six Sigma. One of the most common challenges is resistance to change. There can be many reasons why this is happening, but I will tell you the strategy to overcome this. And it can be quite simple, sometimes as they may just lack confidence or the training. To overcome this problem is to involve them in every step. Tell them the benefits of Six Sigma, involve them in the process and provide detailed training to help build skills and confidence. And then when they come to use Six Sigma, they'll feel confident and useful. Now, implementing the concept of Six Sigma with inadequate training can lead to failure and frustration. This is important as this challenge will affect all employees and they will need a high level of training for this concept. The solution is simple. Invest in training, invest in programs and provide all the necessary tools and software. This will help them to learn more about Six Sigma, which will help them with their training. The Six Sigma concept relies heavily on leadership, and to overcome this, you need to pick a leader before starting this concept. This is so you know you can trust them and they understand their job. Demonstrate the potential return on investment of Six Sigma to the leader so they understand why the company are doing this and why they need to step up. Make sure they understand the strategic value of the process and why it's important the company achieve their goals. The solution to collecting and analysing data is simple but effective again. Train team members in data collection and analyse techniques and introduce them to user-friendly tools to help them as well, so the company can prioritise data